Hey mates, and welcome to More Than Meets the Eyes. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and this is my co-host, Cream the Cat. Uh, he is not rolling in a sand pit today, so he's joining me. He's been loving his sand pits outside. I don't know, I got a dog instead of a cat because if he sees a nice little area of sand, he has to jump in it and roll around like a pig wallowing. Uh, he's a weird one. You're a weird cat. So, today's video will be about the Amazon exclusive Wreck and Doom collection. We're going to be talking about the Wreckers and the Mayhem Attack Squad. Oh, yeah. We got the Mayhem Attack Squad stuff finally. I know they did a big Amazon thing about it, and I still want the Ruckus. I really want the Ruckus and Bludgeon 2-pack. It's just not in the budget for me right now, and I'm really hoping I can get a hold of it in the next month or two. Because that's kind of just been the pack I've been looking for. I like Ruckus, and I like the Beachcomber. I love that mold. I love the transformation, and knowing that they've retooled it for Ruckus, it's super exciting. So we don't have the lead. We don't have the second in command. I think Ruckus is second in command of the Mayhem Attack Squad. Carnavac is the leader, and now we have a Carnavac. Carnavac's right here. He's a big old wolf guy, and he's pretty cool in my opinion. So today we're going to be talking about these guys. This isn't going to be a normal video in the sense of more than meets the eye. Three of these guys are retools, repaints, and Carnavac is new. At least new to this channel. I don't know if he's new to Transformers in general. But we have Iron Fist in his I know they call him Fist Iron. It's Iron Fist in his robot mode. Came with a lot of accessories. Did surprise me how many accessories he came with. We got Carnavac in his wolf mode because it's cool. We've got Spinnister in his helicopter mode because it's also cool. Spinnister's got a wonderful helicopter mode. I love Spinnister's helicopter mode. And I like that the fact that I can just put my Siege Spinnister away for a while and not risk his paint apps getting damaged because he had the that Siege stuff on him. And that is Spinnister, fun little attack helicopter. And then we've got Topspin, and I think I'm going to start with Topspin first when it comes to today's video. So we're going to set Iron Fist, and we're going to set Carnavac, which is the 2-pack there, and Spinnister and Topspin are their own 2-pack, and we're going to kind of move Spinnister off to the side. Topspin here, there is a lot that's similar between him and Twin Twist, and then there's a lot that they share the transformation, that's for sure, and very similar vehicle modes, except where Twin Twist, do I have my Twin Twist nearby to showcase this part? I do, here he is. So here we go, here's the Twin Twist. Twin Twist here has the same cockpit, the same kind of rear, except Topspin's rear areas, he's got these big jet engines, 4 of them right back here, and Twin Twist doesn't have anything like that. He's just got some vents, and that's it. So that's the biggest difference between the two, other than the fact that Topspin doesn't have any spins, and Twin Twist has 2 twin twisty things. The front, he's got these two nose cone for his drill tank mode, and this guy's 2 nose cones became 2 nose cones for a plane, one on either side of a cockpit that's kind of pushed in. It reminds me a lot of the Jedi starfighter that Anakin Skywalker used in the 3rd movie. That's definitely a big reminder there. He comes with landing gear too, which I do like. I think it's kind of cool. He came with a little landing gear. Only one. There's not many landing gears anywhere else. There's just some skids in the back that he sets on. The landing gear does fold up, and that's just pleasant. So I'm going to knock something over and then transform him real quick. So it's not going to take much. He is, like I said before, the same transformation as Twin Twist. So please check out my video on Twin Twist that I've done ages ago. I know, ages and ages ago. It's been a while since I've done Twin Twist, but this guy is just so simple to transform. He isn't really the most complicated out there, and you just kind of get a. There's only one little step that's annoying, and it's getting this foot to foot. There it goes. All right, cool. Had to get the foot to foot. All right, let's get the other foot to foot, and come on, foot, you stupid foot. Foot, fold out, be a foot. no, no, don't do. Oh, you stupid foot! You did it backwards. You did it backwards. Bad foot. That's a bad foot. Bad foot. You're not supposed to do it that way. You're supposed to do it the other way. Thank you, silly foot. Okay. Here we go. His feet are done. Now we gotta line his feet up. How did I do that? Twist you around. There we go. Lined up. Cool. Then we're gonna reach in the cockpit. We're gonna pull out his headmaster form. I think that's fun. I like the headmaster stuff. I really wish I was collecting around the time of Titan's Return, because the headmasters are just fun. You can't deny it. And the fact that they made the vehicles big enough to hold the figures inside of them, that is just a fun little gimmick that I'm very happy I got to witness with some of these Transformers. There we go. The arms are transformed now, and a little winglet folds over. And this arm gets transformed now. Come on, arm. Fold out, Mr. Arm. Fold out. There you go. Now, spin the fist out. There you go. That's a good arm. Yeah, who's a good arm? You're a good arm. Okay, now we're going to move that over here, and this piece is going to rotate around. There we go. There we go. And collapse that down. Where's the head? Where's your head at? Oh, right. Where's the head? It's a headmaster. What's wrong with me? Okay. Nuts. I accidentally pulled the cockpit out. I did not intend to do that. Okay, so we're just going to fold you guys down. Come on now. Don't be like that. There you go. There you go. So you're not supposed to fold down completely. You're just supposed to fold down a little bit. And then where's the final... Oh, right. This piece here. Come on, you. You see, it's simple transformation, and then I screw up a lot of stuff in this transformation. Come on now. Okay. Yeah, nuts. There's gotta be something there. Wait. Oh, right. That's what's the issue. I forgot about a step. Okay, there we go. That makes more sense now. I forgot that the entire center of him has to spin around, and you got to make sure you do that right, or it's not going to transform correctly. Let's get these guys together. Like I said, this is not really a Blindformers episode, so I'm not really describing everything I'm doing. I'm just kind of doing stuff. It's kind of relaxing to just be able to do stuff for once in a video. Instead of just saying everything at the same time. It's terrible on your throat. Okay, there we go. There is a not fully transformed. There we go. All right, cool. There we go. And now we just need your head. Here's your head bot. Let's go ahead and get this head bot transformed into a head. Rotate those arms down, and then spin that around. And here we go. Here is a head. Now, interestingly enough, for a character called Topspin, there is nothing that spins on him. I am a little affronted by the fact that I was promised something that spins, and I got nothing that spins. He comes with these two big guns. There we go. He's got two big guns, and that is Topspin. And Topspin doesn't spin. He has no spinny abilities, but he does have very tight joints, especially for a mold repaint like this. One knee, each knee is tighter than the Twin Twist, actually. He's definitely got tighter knees than Twin Twist. His elbows are a little floppy, floppier than Twin Twist elbows, but not too bad. Not too bad at all, especially since they do a full double jointed elbow look. That's really nice. Articulation wise is the same for Twin Twist and no ankle tilts. So that is Topspin. And Topspin is, of course, Twin Twist's mold mate and his brother in the continuity, if I remember right. And the face here is definitely a weird one. It's really hard for me to find, get these faces from the headmasters. That's the word. But there's a nose there, and there's some mouth. It's a decent face. He's got a decent face on him. So, yeah, it is. Twin Twist. Topspin. I'd give Topspin a good old A. He is just an A-class Transformer. He does the job. He gets the look. and they actually did decent on the retooling. He does feel like a slightly different Transformer, though I wish they had changed the transformation a bit. Now we come over here to Spinnister, and Spinnister in his vehicle mode, we've talked about it in the past too, and there's not really much more to talk about with Spinnister except the guns that he comes with, because he comes with 2 extra new guns. And these guns are a bit of a letdown. I'm going to be honest with you. I was hoping for a bit more. Like, I was hoping for more with Topspin. Like, I thought he was going to be a helicopter. And I was hoping for a bit more with these Target Master guns. But, what I should have known better, because I haven't gotten anything I've wanted with the Target Master so far. The guns are always just these sculpted in little robots. There's 2 sculpted in little robots, and one of them has a siege peg sticking out of their chest, which is annoying that we get all this sculpting and then they put a siege port a peg right there and no way to fold it up into the chest, and it's just such a oh, I guess we could do that kind of thing. It's not anything that anyone spent much time on. It feels like it doesn't really feel like these are good. And the double barrel guy they gave him a lot of sculpture, but he's a statue. And they're both statues, and I'm not down for statues. I wanted something that at least has some maneuverability to it. And you do the legend scale stuff and the core class stuff, and you couldn't have given these guys some arms that move up and down, knees that bend, and hip joints. Like, I didn't want much. I just wanted some articulation. I mean, even going so far as to just make it a mini con. Like, did you forget how to articulate things this small? Is that something that Hasbro forgot when Aaron Archer left? Maybe that's why we haven't seen mini cons, because once Aaron Archer left, Hasbro just forgot how to do it. It's just something that they don't know how to do anymore, because they don't. Look at this. These guys are the size of mini cons and have no articulation, and that is just a shame. One of them has a barrel that folds down below his feet, and then the other one has a barrel that sticks up above his head, and you can do some X-rated stuff if you want, but that's all I got. So these barrels, we unfold them, and the guns do kind of combine together, so you face one guy towards the ground, and then you take the other guy, and you put him where his face is right between that guy's back legs, and yeah, we're just going to put his face right between that guy's feet, and then you get this triple gun. You get this really crazy awesome triple gun, and this thing on the exterior, it feels nice. Like, they did a good job with the gun textures. We got some cool gun textures going on. The outside of the statues do feel really nice, but I refuse to call them figures. They're statues that happen to have guns that unfold from them. Very disappointed in the statues. Very disappointed. Now let's move over to Spinnister real quick and transform him. His transformation shouldn't be too hard. Why did I say that? I just jinxed myself. I know it. Okay, we're going to unplug the 2 guns from the bottoms of the feet, and then we're going to wiggle, wiggle, and wiggle. Wiggle everything. Wiggle it all. Wiggle it all. Wiggle it all. Break the connections. Break them. Break them. Break the connections. Okay, there it goes. Connection broke. And come on, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Open that little trap door. Come on, open your trap door. There you go. That's a good helicopter. Open your trap door. Now wiggle out. Come on, wiggle, wiggle. There you go. All right. And now we got to lower this leg down there, and that leg down there, and then that rotates around, and that moves there, and that's there, and oh, what's going on with you? Why are you a stuck joint? There it goes. It unstuck itself. Okay, that piece folds down, and we got a toe, and then this foot gonna fold around. Come on now. Come on now. There it goes. And that's gonna fold down, and that's not right. You're supposed to be facing the other way. There it goes. Come on now. How in the world did that happen? There it goes. Okay. Yeah, these feet are really intricate in how they fold, so you got to really work to make sure you fold them back correctly. Okay, next step, and like I said, I've covered a Blindformers episode on Spinnister back when I was covering Siege stuff, so please check out the Siege playlist for Spinnister. Now let's go ahead and unfold these arms, because these arms are just folded in on themselves to make up the sides of the helicopter mode, and then that's going to fold down there, and that's going to fold down there. Okay, and now next step is we're going to fold this chest up and get his head out at the same time. And this is a wild part of the transformation. This part is just insane. So we're going to move the head away from the back, and then everything, his entire length of this this arm for the back propeller shoves into the chest and actually becomes the chest. It's really cool. I do like how that mode happens. And then you can fold the wings down to do a little V for victory sitting up above his head, or I like to lay them lower down and act as kind of a cloak. So he's got little wings as a cloak. Okay, there we go. And there is Spinnister. And Spinnister, of course, has his crazy awesome guns that he comes with originally. And we can go ahead and put each of those guns into his 2 forearm slots. 1 forearm slot achieved. And then the next forearm slot over here achieved. There isn't much different happening with Spinnister here, but you don't care about that. What you care about is there mold degradation? And we're about to answer that question. Let me get this guy plugged in here, because he comes with this giant gun. It's so huge. Okay, mold degradation. There isn't really any. This guy's made me very happy. Oh, let's spin the waist around. There we go. I spun the waist around. One leg wasn't spun around right. There we go. Okay, so we have tight knees. We have tight articulation in the feet. This guy he is surprising, but there hasn't been that many repaints or retools of this mold. So it's tight all the way around. Very good. And it feels nice too. Like, it feels like they gave it a really good coat of paint. So I'm gonna have to say, as this 2-pack goes, I'm giving it an A. This is the Topspin and Spinnister 2-pack is an A in my opinion. Both figures are pretty good, and both figures have some decent articulation, no mold degradation, and a repaint to Spinnister is nice. We got him with his finally with his guns, and then getting a Topspin is just super exciting, because I like Topspin, and Topspin would be cool. Now let's move over here to Carnavac and Iron Fist. So we're gonna set these nuts. We're gonna set these guys off over here to the side and talk about these 2 guys now. And I knocked Iron Fist over, and of course your gun fell out of your hand again, because why wouldn't it? I don't know why Iron Fist's gun always pops out of his hand, but it does. Always popping out of his hand. So we are going to do an episode on Carnavac by himself in the near future, so that we can do a full in-depth explanation of this character and how he feels in the hand and stuff. But today's video is just like, how is he in the 2-pack? And so that's what we're really going to cover. I like the wolf mode. I'm going to be honest with you on that one. This is a decent cyber wolf. Definitely a fun little cyber wolf, and we will be covering him probably next week. This week we're going to be covering another thing. So we're going to pop the legs apart on him and pull his sword out of his butt. It's a weird place for you to keep your sword. Now, all of his legs fold down quite nicely. And this guy's transformation is kind of one of those that just happens. Unfold his back and pull out his headmaster, which is hiding inside of his back. That's really cool how it hides like that. Yeah, but I have a weakness for headmasters. I just like them. They're a lot of fun. Everybody should enjoy them. They are immensely fun. There we go. I like that he's got these feet as his feet. You know, his wolf feet become his regular feet, but the heels fold out of them. So he's got heels now. That's cool. Now we're going to come up here and take his big head, and his big head is going to fold down. I do wish the big head folded away in a better way, but it doesn't. It just kind of folds down. And then his arms here are we're going to kind of work with them and get the fists out. Come on, fists. Come on, fists. There you go. Yeah, this arm assembly is really finicky. Nuts. It's such a small little trap door there to get the fist out that it falls apart a lot, like you just witnessed. Come on, Mr. Fist, get your little home. Go. Thank you. Okay. Now let's put this back. There we go. Yay, it got put back correctly. Ah, that's nice. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. So let's spin this around. There we go. Yeah, that, that's looking good. Okay, now over here to this arm, fold up the paw, reach over here and undo this little where's the trapdoor? Where's the trapdoor? Come on, Mr. Trapdoor. Mr. Trapdoor. Now, I was not expecting to receive all of these things in the first week of June. This was not expected. And once again, I will have to make a complaint there. I really am getting tired of you know, budgeting for a date, having it all set up in my calendar and everything like that, and then having the company decide, "Oh, we're not going to follow by what we promised." And instead of delivering it in August, we actually got it in our warehouse now, and we're cheapskates. So instead of just keeping it in our warehouse for a couple of months and selling it to you when we promised to sell it to you, we've changed the promissory date and now we're selling it to you now. And if you don't have the money, well, you're SOL. But it's not our fault you didn't budget properly. It's not our fault that you don't have a savings account already ready to get this item. You should have had the money in your savings account whenever you got the item pre-ordered and all that stuff. I say BS. Try living in the United States of America and having a savings account. Those are some lucky individuals in this country. No, here's the head of him. We folded it up in normal head form and folded it down. There it goes, nice and it doesn't like to stick. This is one of those heads that doesn't really like to stick in its spot, and I don't know why. And that is a shame. I wish the head was a bit better. Um, that is a big thing that really kind of blows about the Carnavac here. Is at least my copy, his head doesn't stay in place, and that's sad. We are all sad because of that. It has made us all sad. But there is Carnavac in his robot mode. And his robot mode's pretty good. We don't have any mold degradation here. We've got some what feels like very shiny. He's very well put together. It feels good. The knee joint down here is just a little loose, but overall, I have to say, I think that he's a pretty good addition, and he does have a bit of ankle tilt because of the way the transformation works. And for Titan's Return figures, that's wild. And what's wild is that this is a Titan's Return figure, and Titan's Return happened almost 10 years ago. I know, it was a decade ago, and we're still getting figures from a decade ago. So that was Carnavac. And Carnavac, I'm going to have to give him an... Oh, we almost forgot his little sword. We couldn't have forgotten Carnavac's sword. So I'm going to hold back on Carnavac's rating until we actually cover Carnavac in his own little video where we can talk about him in depth, because there's stuff I want to talk about with Carnavac in depth, but I will say that he is an excellent addition to a 2-pack, especially when the other member of that 2-pack is my favorite mold from Siege, next to the Tetrajet, the Hound mold. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy into Hound mode. He also comes with the most accessories out of anyone in this. He came with this gun. It's a really neat one, but there's not really much happening on it. It's just got some really good textures to it, and it's blast effect compatible. It's got a big old barrel with these cuts in it for venting. It's really cool. And it comes with this big old square tower shield looking thing that you can actually and this is a half. I can tell this was lacklusterly done. Like, they didn't really put this through a lot of testing to figure out exactly how to make it right. But you can put a gun in there. It's just that none of the guns that he has fit in there well enough where this can actually be held or anything like that after you put a gun in here. So you can put a gun in it, and the gun barrel will stick out the bottom of this tower shield, and the little gun barrel will stick out the top. The butt of the gun will stick out the top. But it's such a loose connection that the moment you try to do anything with it, the gun pops out, and that is going to lose points. Like, I'm going to give you points for trying for style here, but I only let you keep those points for style if you can stick the landing. Like, yeah, you did 5 twists in the air, but you landed on your butt. and so that's going to lose you points. Like if you landed on your feet with this, that would have won you an S ranking for sure. But this may take you down to a B, Iron Fist, because that is just a quality control flaw right there. That you've got the plastic cut out perfectly for a weapon to fit in, and then you don't have a weapon that fits in, and that just makes me go, what is this piece? Who does this piece belong to? That they have a weapon that fits properly? Because I put the weapon together. Now I'm going to try and put it on his. Nope. The moment it touches plastic, that piece pops out because the siege port in there is too thin. It is too shallow of a siege port. It's not worth anything. I don't know why they did it. It's a terrible design, in my opinion. Unless, of course, I am completely misusing it, and in which case it's a good design. I just don't know how to use it properly. So, big old, big old square plastic. It's got 3 ports on it, one on the top, and one on each side, and then 4 if you count the tiny one on the underside. And it's got 1 peg at the in the middle. And then of course he's got this big old weapon that's on his shoulder. Where did it go? Where did the weapon that was on his shoulder go? Oh crap! Where did that? There was a weapon on your shoulder. Oh, here it is. So this is a weapon on it that's not the. He doesn't come with any of the weapons that he came with as Ironhide, or at least Siege Ironhide. I mean, I don't have the Earthrise version, but this one's got a really long kind of handle to it, and that way you can stick it on the side of his head, and the butt of the gun's going to go over this edge that's behind that siege port on the side of his head. So he gets a decent gun little shoulder cannon. I love the shoulder cannons when they get them. His head sculpt is very interesting because it's very smooth. It's a very lackluster head sculpt. Like this guy has what feels like a leather cap on, or just a beanie instead of an actual helmet or something that has a crest. He's got just the most rounded head that I've experienced so far. There's what feels like a mask and then some sunglasses. So he's rocking the cool factor. He's rocking the cool factor. Iron Fist is. Now he also comes with this spare tire that I'm using as a tiny buckler, and the spare tire attaches to over here to the shield at the top, and when you push it in, it's going to kind of lock in, and it's going to be very hard to get out. So I don't want to push it in completely. I'm going to let it sit on top, just barely in there, because if you push it in all the way, it locks like it belongs, and it's never going to come apart again, and I don't like that. So that is the spare tire / buckler that can attach to that siege port on the top of the tower shield he comes with. Now that that's all taken care of, let's talk about this robot mode and the differences that he has to the vehicle mode for robot mode for Hound and Siege. For one, the front is very different, and I'm going to do a big video on the 3 versions of Hound that I have: this mold, the detritus, and Hound from Siege. So we're not really going to talk too much in detail. I just wanted to point out, like, the back of him is very smooth and shiny and very sleek. Like, he does feel like a different Transformer. You can feel the similarities, like especially the legs are very similar to Siege Hound, but the back is not. The back is completely different, and the front is different. It's not the same, but neither is it completely different. It's just a different type of Jeep front. It's very nice. I like the big old winch apparatus in the core of him. And I think that would have been cool if we had gotten the ability to actually have that winch work with a little string, and you could attach the string to other Transformers. I think that would have been fun. That would have been a blast to have a working winch for his chest. So that is his big old mode. Let's get him into vehicle mode real quick and take a look and see if there's any differences in the vehicle mode, in which there's a few. So. And we're going to go more in depth with it later, but we're just going to go over the transformation a little bit today. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit of the transformation. So first off, we got to get this stupid thing to transform. So pull that bit out. We're going to explain his transformation also,
when we talk about Carnavac, because his is different enough that it needs some needs a little updates. And also, one of my first Blindformers episodes was on Siege Hound, so he can get a new episode. We can do a new episode for Hound because it has been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute since we did the last Hound, and maybe I've changed my ways by then. So we will definitely find out. Get you stupid fists turned around, Iron Fist. And I will say that I was hoping that he would get some cool fists. Like, they would be able, we would get some neat things that can go over his fists to make him really exciting or something like that. I'm sad that we didn't get anything like that. Like, it would have been cool if we had gotten, what's his name? Broadside, Brunt, the Prime character that came with the chain gun and then the meteorite thing that he put his fist into. And I was hoping to get two of those things for Iron Fist here. Both of his fists become giant rock things. I think that would work for Iron Fist. But that's not the case. We didn't get anything like that. We didn't get anything that makes him Iron Fist. We just got some guns. And that's like, really, I was thinking a character named Iron Fist would actually have associations with punching things. So getting us some like punchy blast effects, or even just a big old punchy hand or something like that would have been cool. Um, but that's not the case. We didn't get anything like that, and I don't know why you have a character named Iron Fist and you didn't give him any Iron Fisty stuff. It's just weird, in my opinion. Just weird. Okay, there it goes. That's transformed correctly, and that's transformed correctly, and you guys are good. And yeah, here we are. So there's multiple ways you can transform the Hound mold. I chose one of the paths today, but it's not the only path to get to Hound mode or to get to this mode. And let's go ahead and give him his weapons. So we're going to take his tower shield, and we're going to put the tower shield on the roof because there's nowhere else it will go. It has to go on the roof. And the tower shield, once it goes on the roof, you can see where the idea was. You put the gun in the tower shield, and then it sticks out on top of the roof and looks really cool. And it's just a shame that the gun it doesn't work. This was designed, but it wasn't tested. Like, this was hurried up. It was hurried up, and I can tell like this needed one more round of QC. They needed to send it back to the factory one more time, and they're like, "Hey, you didn't get the whole gun fitting inside the shield thing right. Maybe try it again. Maybe try it again." Because the way it's supposed to work is this gun here, the smaller one, is supposed to fit into that. We've already done this once before, but now I'm showcasing it here. Let's find the spot. There's the spot. So you put that gun there in that spot. And it sucks that it doesn't go through all the way because it would be so cool. That's why it upsets me so much because I'm like, it would actually look kind of cool if it could do that. It would look really cool if it could do that. And it doesn't do that because you know they reacted to some things that a certain leader said, and they pushed a lot of things through faster than they should have been pushed through. And now we've got some problems. Like, this guy needed one more test prototype to get him correct. I could tell that by holding him. He needed one more engineering prototype, and it would have been perfect. And we've seen that with the Omega Prime. The Omega Prime needed just a few more weeks. They were correct when they said expect him by fall because they had some issues they were working through with those final production copies. There were some issues, and they were trying to get them solved. And it was going to take until fall to solve the issues, but they had to push it through because Hasbro reacted. And well, that's their prerogative, I guess. But it definitely hurts us as the consumers because then we get this, and this toy, you can feel where it's supposed to do something, and it can't do it. So, what is my grade on Carnavac and Iron Fist 2-pack? The Carnavac Iron Fist 2-pack, I think the Iron Fist gets a B plus. He's an excellent mold, but you could tell that they really pushed it through. and they should have baked him a little bit longer. So he gets a B plus. Carnavac also gets a B plus because the head comes off. This 2-pack feels like it should have baked a bit longer. It feels like there's just some slight QC issues that would have been solved very effectively and very efficiently if it had spent a couple of more months in development. Just maybe even just one more month. Just one more engineering prototype, and these things would have been in the A category, possibly even S. I think having the the the, the gun sticking out of the top of the Jeep would definitely made Iron Fist an S class, in my opinion. Instead, they're both B pluses. They're both excellent figures, but they have some QC, and I can tell that it's just because the company reacted when they should have just done business as usual. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. This is a wonderful 2-pack. Don't get me wrong there. I love the fact I have another Hound mold. I love the fact that I have a Carnavac finally. The Mayhem Attack Squad is building up. I have so many records. I got all the records. I got so many records. And I am going to do a nice little record video or something like that in the near future, possibly next weekend, where we just kind of talk and play with these things and showcase them all together. I think that would be fun as a nice little size comparison. But I couldn't really do a size comparison today because I'm trying to get everything out, and it was 4 figures and 2-packs that just arrived in the mail at the same time. And I'm like, this was not expected. I was expecting you in August. Why are you here? Why are you here? Stupid Amazon. Stupid Amazon. Just keep it in your warehouse for a couple of months. They're such pricks sometimes. Thanks for watching. Please tune in next Prime, where we will be talking about the fire truck from Rescue Bots. Ooh, exciting. Bye-bye for now.